Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queenswitch 2. We're still in Sillin, the largest city, capital city, I guess, of the Kranas. We have talked to a couple of people here, picked up some quests, including, heading over to near the Cayman Gate, I suppose, where raiders have been, I don't know, assaulting travelers or something. Forget what exactly. Also, there's supposed to be a raided caravan near here, so that's kind of convenient. And we have been asked to basically not harm these two groves here, Watchfire Grove and Deep Grove. And, well, I guess we'll see if we get another quest to go to these, or if that's literally what we're supposed to do, just go there, pacify them, while not hurting them. Not that I'm sure how the game would handle it if I did hurt them. I guess technically quests can probably fail, right? It's just not something that usually happens. Anyway, the thing at hand right now, the issue at hand, is where to go next. I could go visit these minor places first, but I think I should probably get these, major encounters out of the way. I guess I'm going to start with the Rasa. It seems like the more polite thing to do, right? Even though I'm tempted to take a close look in person at that governor who I've already heard about, but I doubt that I'm going to learn anything fundamentally new there or anything that's going to change my mind. And I guess we're going to hear about them from the Rasa, no matter what. This wooden hall is centuries old. It is the meeting hall of the Rasa of the Kranas Woods. Honestly, it's too small for the size and wealth of this province. A bit humble for such an important vessel of Haven. Not that they would ever consider changing it. The Rasa sits at the head table, watched over by guards. In the row, assassination is always a possibility. He's an old man, and his post has not shielded him from the hard life out here. He rises and smiles, waving you forward. The prince, the diplomat. I'm Rasa Kam. Or Cam. I guess I should probably call him Cam. Come and sit, and have some tea. I know you are busy, and we have business. Okay. Well then, let's talk. Doesn't look that old, well, I suppose. Kind of, yeah. A little bit grizzled. The Rasa sits alone in the west end of the hall, but there are plenty of chairs for you to circle around him. Okay. You recognize the calm authority of a competent leader. He has survived in this role for many years, for longer than usual, far longer than usual. He does you the honor of pouring tea himself. He's not the first person to do that, I think. Although I'm not sure if the other Rasa did that. Rasa Lawita? I almost want to say that they did, but whatever. I'm honored by this diplomatic visit. It has been a long time. A long, long time. I'm Rasa Kam. For over 30 years, I have had the honor of guiding the Kranas as it followed its path. I mean, these are both pretty similar. This one's more, I don't know, forthcoming, more cordial, I guess. Whereas this one is more businesslike. Let's be friendly. He was friendly toward us. Rasa Kam is pleased by your courtesy. The honor is mine, Prince. Haven is a great power, and yet it sees us worthy to have full royalty grace this humble old hall. I have a question, if it might be allowed. Of course. It might not seem like it, but most of the Rokaj value the protection and trade Haven provides greatly. I have spent my life trying to deal with you and keep the peace, though you have looked away from us for a long time. But that has changed. You are back. You have had time to see a little of our land. What do you think of it? This is the homeland of my father. Well, not this province specifically, but sure. I'm very pleased to return to it. It's good to visit the Rokaj. It's long overdue. Yeah, I mean, both of those things. I would combine them into one answer if I could, I guess. Was a very nice visit up until you tried to kill me. Yeah, okay, let's not hold that against him personally. We know that it was some kind of rogue subgroup. Probably not even primarily from this province. So, yeah, would just be silly. And this is obviously a completely unacceptable option that no one would ever reasonably pick, right? Unless they want to play through the game a third time or so, being the greatest jerk they possibly can be. But that is not me, not now. The homeland of my father, and I'm very pleased to return to it. You know, no, let's go with the friendly but not overly enthusiastic option. It's long overdue. I'm afraid I must agree with you. We have not received a proper diplomatic visit from Haven for a long time, but that is past. There is much that should be repaired. Now at last we can come to business. And that is? When a diplomat of Haven comes to the Rokaj, it is tradition that you go to the Rasas and hear our petitions. You find out what is wrong, what we need. Then you help us. That is what Haven brings to our alliance. Yes. I'm eager. I know these petitions are usually formalities. Well, yes. I mean, we both know that. Let's just ask what it is. Obviously, it's not going to be a formality because, you know, that's just how it's going to be. The Kranas Woods are angry. We can't calm them. We need you to. What? The might and majesty of our forest comes from a number of sacred groves. Some of those have died over the last 20 years. The rest are angry. Hostile spirits have settled in them, and our druids have not been able to calm them. They are angry because of Haven, so Haven must go and pacify them. That is our petition. Well, I mean, this is honestly probably the reasonable answer to this, except that this is a world where magic and spirits are everywhere and very real and everyone knows it. So it's not outrageous at all to, to claim that, Haven has angered the ancestral spirits of this land and, these sacred groves need to be calmed somehow. And how Haven could be responsible for that. Plus, obviously, we have heard about that multiple times now, so we know that's true. And I'm, deciding that our character is also already convinced, because, so he wouldn't object to that. I wouldn't know how to proceed. That's definitely true. Although I guess it has to do with just killing whatever evil spirits we encounter and leaving everything that's not evil alive. Not trampling any flowers and all that. It's a fair petition. I will make sure that it is done. Need to consult with my family? No, it's fine. I wouldn't know how to proceed. Let's just ask for directions immediately, basically. Don't worry. I have spent many long hours consulting with our druids, and I know how to guide you. You may come to me for guidance. I'm already here, and I'm asking for guidance. This is a great opportunity for Haven to show it truly cares about its vessel. Lucky you. Yeah, sure. Okay. That was apparently not like a proper response to any of this. Yeah, sure, it's a fair petition. Fair enough, I guess. I mean, it definitely sounds more fair than asking me to single-handedly find and take out these, the raiders hiding out somewhere in an unknown place in the Daga, right? That one sounds more outrageous, more impossible, because we don't even know where to start. And even if we did, it seems like a task for an army, not for 4 people. Or, potentially only 1 person, because obviously you could play as a solo prince without entourage. This one here, visit sacred groves and, I don't know, and talk to the spirits perhaps, and, make amends. That seems more reasonable, more like an actually just diplomatic mission than outright warfare. Of course it's gonna come down to fighting, which is fine by me. It's a fair petition, anyway. We have to go with that option. Kranas petition, achievement unlocked, okay. We are so very grateful. I'm ready to give instructions immediately. I believe that it will only take a little bit of traveling and a modest show of force. We'll see. I'm sorry to make such a bold demand, Prince. However, it is entirely necessary. If the groves turn on Haven, our people are sure to follow. Yeah, that's probably true as well. Okay. Now that that is out of the way, we cannot immediately address the governor. Maybe because we haven't actually met them yet. Okay, anyway, I want to discuss your petition. Of course, the calming of the groves. A hard and necessary task. If our force rejects Haven, the people are sure to follow it. I know that the power of Haven will be adequate to the task. And now I get a chance to say I don't want to do it? No. Why would I? Why would I? And, I mean, yeah, I guess I get why someone would turn down, that petition in the first place, but after already accepting it, that makes little sense. I'll try to heal your forest. Then let us get to work. I can tell you what the problem is, and where you can go to soothe the rage of the woods. That's exactly what I need to know. What exactly is going on with the Crown's woods? The magic of our forest sustains and feeds and protects us. The hearts of that magic are the sacred groves. Well, what few of the groves remain now. Now nature is attacking us. How is nature attacking you? Quite literally, I think. The trees are growing faster, trying to overwhelm our farms and clan houses. Oh, they're growing faster than they used to. Not that, yeah, well, okay. Not that they're becoming faster, which, you know, a tree isn't very fast to begin with. So I guess any increase in speed would be surprising. Anyway, the beasts that normally stay in the deep woods are emerging. It is dangerous for even our stalkers and druids to walk off the paths. Worst of all, there is a new presence, the rootlings, walking trees, mindless and violent. Those are actually getting faster. They grow out of the ground and attack us. We have never seen them before. They are deadly, and it shames me to admit it, but many are frightened. Well, I mean, honestly, it's not really anything to be ashamed of. Your people are being attacked by the forest, even though you worship it? We are being attacked because we worship it. The forest knows that only the row of the Kranas will protect us. The attacks... What? That only the row of the Kranas will protect us? Huh? Will protect it, maybe. The attacks are how it says that it needs our protection. Yeah, it should be it, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. Anyway, why do you think Haven is responsible? The forest loves us while we are gentle with it. We don't cut down the thinking trees. We live in the groves the forest makes available for us. We earn our livings by digging out of the dirt and rock. Your governor does not agree with this. She has helped outsiders expand into our forest. More farms, more mines. Haven's settlers have even moved into 2 sacred groves that died. The forest is reacting. Yeah, honestly, that sounds bad, and the governor definitely should have known better. But I knew that they were doing a bad job, right? That's not surprising, of course. How can I possibly calm down a tree? The trees in the sacred groves are not mindless. They can communicate with us in their ways. You can go there and confront them. Force may be necessary. We are dealing with nature, after all. Right. The force of nature. The important thing is to leave the groves alive. My people will be very angry if more groves die. Have Haven's soldiers helped you? I have sent many messages to Governor Yvette. She listens and says nice things, but she has her own goals. Explain. There is much wealth in the Kranas woods, and Governor Yvette wants as much of it for her family and her as possible. The amber from the groves is very valuable. The land under them is as well. Yvette has taken them, killing groves. She will do more if allowed. Let's talk about something else. No, actually we should talk more about this, but sure, okay. How do I begin to pacify the groves? Oh, okay. Kranas groves... Advanced, interesting. We get it and then immediately advance the quest? Huh. We should start close at home, close to home. There are 2 sacred groves, ancient beyond memory, that are communicating with us. They are sending their rage in the form of unnatural attackers. Okay, Watchfire and Deep Grove. So, my hunch was correct that we would get a main quest about those. It is, in fact, the main quest. And then the additional quest from the druid is to do as little harm as possible, or absolutely no harm. Well, we'll see. Basically, yeah, it must have something to do with some kind of optional treasure or wealth that could be gained at the cost of, well, you know, doing something that's hopefully going to be obviously bad, so I know what to avoid. I'm sure it's gonna be obvious when we're there. Anyway, yes, sending their rage. They are Watchfire Grove and Deep Grove. They are not far away. Convince them to stop attacking us, but do not exploit them. Yep, it's gonna be tough, but sure. How can I calm down a grove? I feel like we've asked that moments ago, but our groves are ancient and wise, but they are simple. To truly pacify them, you must get Haven to stop attacking our forest. Right now, what we need is for them to stop hurting us. When you get there, the groves will communicate with you in their own ways. You must convince them to stop assaulting us. Some force may be required. We love the plants, but sometimes you have to prune them. And tell me about Watchfire Grove. It is to the south. It is the angriest and most unstable of the groves. Okay, I was planning to probably go there first anyway, because obviously, you know, we need to explore this place in a roughly northward direction anyway, so starting south makes sense. And it makes even more sense if that's like the most unstable one, so in most need of stabilizing. Excuse me. Right, our druids had to place enchanted fires in it. They calm its spirits without damaging it. Of late, however, it has been enraging serpents and other beasts that come too close to it. Its influence needs to be pruned. Tell me about Deep Grove. It is a mysterious grove to the northwest, set back in a deep valley. Very few druids are allowed deep within it, and they don't talk about the experience. Now rootlings are coming out of it. They strangle our trade and our people. There is rot in there, and it needs to be cut out. We love the trees, but we will not tolerate them sending horrors. What do you mean by not exploiting a grove? The groves are treasure, not just for the magic they project, but for the magical ingredients that can be found within. Amber, enchanted sap, old treasures left by ages past. Why would the trees care about those ancient relics, though? I mean, the sap, sure. I mean, I guess the sap can only be extracted by actually, cutting a tree. Amber and treasures, though, makes less sense, but sure. These can tempt raiders, but the Kranas will not tolerate looting of the groves. Okay, I'm gonna try to restrain myself. Now, I would like to know more about the Kranas woods, although I feel like I've already learned a lot. Of course, our land must seem very strange to you. We are a just people. We don't raid the other provinces. I do like that about you, I'll give you that. We only wish to live and work in peace in our forest. You never raid other provinces? Well, we never raid them first. We only raid the other provinces as retribution for raids they have done against us in the past. Unfortunately, there is always a past raid. Still, we are always just and in the right. Okay, maybe I need to take some of what I just said back. Well, oh well. No one's perfect, I suppose. How did your groves get their power? We don't know. There are simply parts of the world that are full of magical energy. Sometimes it changes animals, sometimes plants. And the Kranas, this energy settled in our trees. We know that similar places exist in other parts of Haven. We truly wish we could visit them. Yeah, I mean, there was basically, one of the provinces in the first game was almost exactly like this. Just like one of the provinces was almost exactly like the Daga, right? So, yeah. Not hugely creative, I gotta say. That's one of the main criticisms I have with the game so far. But I mean, it's the details are different. It's just it's fine. I'm probably gonna have plenty of opportunity to talk more about that. Let's focus on on this dialogue. So what do you think of Haven? Many of the row have come to doubt Haven over the years. I never did. Our relationship is difficult now, yes, but your power and wealth and protection are good for the row. I have believed that ever since I saw Queen Sharyn. This has been a more difficult belief to have of late. Many think you exploit us. Well, I mean, our governor literally does. Many think Governor Yvette is to blame. Yeah. You saw Queen Sharyn? Yes, she came to the row when she was young. That is when she met Darmal of the Lodaga, your father. She was here in Sillin. I saw her parade through our little town. I was in awe. It shaped my life. Okay. Good for you. Tell me about Governor Yvette. I think I will regret criticizing Haven, but you must know. Yvette came here seeing the Kranas woods as a source for wealth. That is all she wants from us, to loot and to leave. If you want to know more, don't ask me. Ask Council Abelin. You can find him in Haven's Hall. How do you think we exploit you? To exist in our forest, we have to be humble. We take the lands the woods open up to us. We farm and mine in ways that don't hurt the woods. In return, the woods confuse our foes and give us nourishment and magic. We have to resist greed. Haven has not. You have worked land you shouldn't have, and your soldiers have beaten those who protested. I do not share the anger of my people, but I understand it. Rasa Kem is strangely straightforward for a row. Must be Haven's influence. Yeah, or he's obviously, he obviously wants something from us. And looks like he's gonna get it, because, definitely planning to have some harsh words with our governor. I really hope, honestly, that the Lethan governor is gonna be basically doing a fine job, or else it's a little bit boring, right? When literally every single one of them is just terrible and needs to be replaced very obviously, and then the game is gonna object and try to convince me otherwise, and oh, it's gonna be complicated and we can't do it right now, and tradition and all that, and then I'm gonna be forced to insist, and it's just gonna create drama for well, not for no reason, but obviously for the sake of drama. And I feel like 2 of these situations are enough. It would be nice. Would be a nice change of pace if the third governor turns out to actually be all right. And maybe the Rasa up there is a jerk. We'll see. Well, anyway, I guess I have another question. You are the Rasa of the Cronus Woods. That's not a question. It's also, well, sure, let's learn more about him, I guess. I am. I serve as a local king, I think, is how you think of me. I try to be a leader to the row. It is a delicate dance. How did you become Rasa? It is a long story. There was a lot of debate. Arguments among the clans, alliances and betrayals, a few killings. At last I was able to convince them that I could bridge the gap between Haven and the Groves. This has not really happened. Before I die, I need to show this is still possible. How long have you been Rasa? 20 years. Didn't someone say? Didn't I read not too long ago something about 30 years? And because I remember thinking, exactly as long or about as long as Ato has been in his in his office. What a coincidence. Unless I misread and it was 20. Well, I guess it's still a long time. 20 years. I began seeking the post in earnest after your mother came to us. I had seen the might of Haven. What does a Rasa do exactly? I lead, sometimes by force, but usually by wisdom and example. Our clans insist on managing their own affairs, but I need to settle disputes between them and push them to not anger the forest. I also speak for the Cronus Woods when dealing with other provinces. If there is a major dispute, I speak for us in the High Letha. A delicate dance. Tell me more. The Row do not like to be ruled. Sometimes they see me as another conqueror from outside, another tyrant. I must show that my deep truth is as honorable and strong as theirs. And yet, he sighs, there is so much. I must please Haven. I must please the High Letha and my people, and the Geldnas. Oh yeah, you have those right here. You must please Haven. Of course. We are your vessel. You are our masters. If you want something, it won't be resisted. You have the power to force us to do anything, and you have shown that you aren't shy about using it. The shattered walls of our city tell the story. You must please the High Letha. The High Letha, on the peak of our mountain, are the final judges of disputes. They keep the deep truth of our entire people. If they speak against a Rasa, things soon become ugly. Yeah, that's the proper follow-up to that should probably be the Geldnas, but you must please your people? Yes, they do not understand all the forces that target me, all the dangers I must deal with. They want what they want and do what they will do. They are Row. Like when they try to kill you, for example. I love my people, but I also often want to strangle them. Yeah, that's I guess that's true with people you love most of the time. You must please the Geldnas. When a Rasa grows too old and weak to wander, or wanders too far from the truth of the Rokaj, the Geldnas are there, the assassins. They will not let a leader betray the truth of the Row for long. Happily, I have been spared their wrath for decades. They know I only fight for the good of our people. Well, let's hope it stays that way. Let's hope that they continue seeing it that way, because I have no reason, as of now, to doubt that he's sincere. But then again, of course, I've been told repeatedly that basically every Row is always gonna lie to me, no matter what they say. So yeah, I guess we've talked about everything, right? Obviously, gotten the important stuff out of the way. Cronus petition, yes. And yeah, now we have the 2 quests sending us there. I guess we'll see if that means that there isn't actually some sort of roadblock separating these two, southern and northern halves of the Crowners Woods. I suppose this is really not far away. I could just take a look, just to see. Also, while we're here, oh, hello, Rabila. There immediately is a person who apparently we need to talk to. Very tribal looking. You meet a young, muscular warrior of the row. He has spent his life as a wanderer of the woods. It doesn't look like he bothered to change his jerkin before he came to the meeting hall. He gives you a quick practice look, up and down, unconsciously sizing you up as a fighter. Then he remembers who he is and where he is. I am Rabila. I am an assistant to the Rasa. Oh, okay. I thought he was, like, a visitor from some forest tribe. I mean, they are all forest tribes, but, someone living further away from the capital, I guess. What's your job here? I'm the assistant to Rasa Kam. I do things. Make tea, look after records. He points at a hopeless jumble of stained papers on the table. Work on matters of justice. There is much to do, with the woods so dangerous. Well, what sort of records does the row keep? Does a row keep? The question annoys him slightly. Well, I didn't mean it that way. Haven has forgotten. We are still a vassal. We are part of your empire. Your symbol is a scroll, isn't it? Letters and laws and papers keep us together. We are row, but we can read. I didn't mean to question that, but okay, sure. Matters of justice. The Rokaj still has its share of crime. Theft, public drunkenness, raids, honor duels, honor stabbings, honor burnings. Stabbings and burnings? Don't sound particularly honorable. I judge cases not important enough for camp's time. How are the woods dangerous? We have angered the groves. We grew too greedy. And by we, I mean you, but we expended too much. The groves are angry, so the people are angry. And why are the people so angry? Because the groves are angry, am I not listening? You ask why the people of the Crowners care about their trees? You should talk to Rasa Kam. He will tell you all you must know. Yes, okay, cool. I want to know more about the Crowners. Specifically, I want to know if I can do anything for you. I guess not, huh? Then you should talk to Rasa. Fair enough. That was kind of pointless. What do we have here? Treaty of vassalage between Haven and the Rokaj. That is certainly exactly the same as we've read before, so I'm not even going to bother. Oh, certainly we can't just take that. We could. I doubt there would be any consequences, but, Thanking the groves. The groves of the Crowners shelter us. They bring us safety. They bring us purpose. They bring us life. Their fruit makes us strong. Their roots trip and choke the invader. It is always right to thank the grove. We thank them by leaving them be. We earn our living only from dumb and dead wood, and from digging away from the groves. We thank them by protecting them from invaders, even with our lives. We thank them with ourselves. As we feed from them, when the end comes, they feed from us. As we feed from them, when the end comes, they feed from us. Then we live forever in the groves. Yeah, no, you're dead forever in the groves, but it's not like it really matters to you at that point. Okay. Well, that was honestly pretty pleasant altogether, all in all. Oh, this is the door. That was not obvious. I guess the door looks, it looks more like a door here. I suppose there is the door handle and, yeah, okay. Anyway. Haven's Hall. You enter the Governor's Hall, where Haven makes its wishes to its vassal known. It is old wood and worn down by the centuries, like all buildings in Sillin. But inside it is different. It is fancy. The rugs are new, the hangings on the wall expensive. Fine wine is shipped in. Fancy low Daga stonework is everywhere. Your royal training tells you what you are seeing. The governor here is growing very wealthy from control of the Crowners Woods and wants to show it. Okay, again, the game not being very subtle at all. But, subtlety is really not what this is all about. Okay. Hello, Governor Yvette. Let's save the game first, just in case I don't know, I can't control my rage and say something stupid. Yeah. You meet Haven's governor in the Crowners Woods. You instantly recognize a born noble from your homeland. She comes from luxury, and she doesn't want to lose it. Her clothes, her makeup, her hair, her surroundings. She has made a tiny palace here in the deep woods. She rises and gives you a deep, slow, elegant bow. Prince Atantuo, I'm so very honored to become to welcome you to our humble home in the wilderness. I'm Governor Yvette, honored to do the business of our family in the Rokaj. I'm so tempted. I mean, Otto, I was willing to cut some slack until he became super obnoxious as we kept talking. But, he wasn't really... He's not evil. He's not... His intentions might even be good, or might have been at some point, but his methods were obviously flawed. She is just completely insufferable, and, there's... Again, no subtlety or any ambiguity about it. And I'm very tempted to just treat her, as, I don't know, as rudely as I possibly can. Consequences be damned. I mean, obviously I had basically made up my mind that she needed to be replaced ASAP before I even met her, right? So it doesn't change anything. I just hope that the game is going to give me some nice, dialogue options to make my opinion clear. I'm definitely not very pleased to meet her. I was looking forward to learning who has neglected their duties so badly. I should have just taken an actual look at these, because that middle response seems perfect. A brief, tense silence. Then Yvette says, "You are delightful, Prince. I knew that our noble queen gave you a touch of her acid tongue, yet I know that you will be just when you see the nature of our position here." Oh, I will. Manners dictate a brief time to eat, drink, and for light chat. Eventually, Yvette says, "I hope you will allow me to say a few words before our little bit of business." Well, what do you have to say? "Our diplomatic mission to the Rokaj is long overdue, and it thrills me that our queen found us worthy to send a prince. I know you are busy, so I will do my very best to settle affairs with you quickly. I'm willing to give you a quick summary of our position here." That's your duty, isn't it? You answer to me. Yes. So her willingness doesn't have anything to do with it. Anything as long as you breathe. No, let's pick this one. That knocks her off balance. Well, I suppose I do, in a sense. Not just in a sense. But, okay. It is complicated. I promise I meant no offense. Oh, I did, though. And, well, I only have one formality before we discuss boring matters, and that is, the Ro are a great gift-giving people. It is a custom I have taken up myself. She waves her hand. You note that several Kranis women act as her servants. As she speaks, they bring in a heavy leather satchel. Haven has been very successful here. The gold in that satchel is but a token, an expression of gratitude for the honor you have shown us. We are honored to give it to you. If you choose to keep me as governor, I can provide much more. My family and yours have long helped each other. What use do I have for wealth? Well, honestly, we still do. I mean, right now, I was really starting to become worried about my financial situation for a while, of course, which has recovered greatly since then. To the point where I'm already wondering if I'm even going to need all this money. But yes, obviously, some of the later equipment costs hundreds, and some runes are really expensive, and we're going to need a lot of them to fill all those slots we're eventually going to have available. So yes, obviously, we still need a lot of money. Technically, I guess in universe, the prince shouldn't really require, need to rely on anyone bribing him. I mean, he is the prince, right? It's not like he's ever going to be, like he's ever going to find himself on the street trying to, struggling to survive. He's always going to have the royal family, personal, and he's always going to be rich and wealthy. As far as the game, as the game is concerned, we obviously need money for all kinds of things. So I wouldn't mind this bribe, which is obviously what it is. Although then again, realistically, I could just take it and simply not agree to do anything for her in the future, and just accept that she just gifts me money if she likes, hoping to gain my favor. But so long as I don't actually grant that favor, I see no real problem there. Except as a gesture, I suppose. And someone, specifically the game, I guess, in some kind of way, might hold it against me that I even took it. Seems like a nice gift, nice but small. I wish I could just say that I'm not planning to keep her as a governor right here, because she mentioned it. And that, you know, I don't require any further gifts or expect any further gifts from her. But I guess the right thing to do is to turn it down, of course. Seems like a bribe. It is a bribe. Put your money away. You know, I said that I wanted to be as rude as possible to her, so obviously that has to be it. Even though it pains me a little bit, but we're gonna be fine financially in the end. Governor Yvette, not slowly. That has nothing to do with modesty, but okay. Your modesty is most admirable. The servants swiftly carry the bag away. I understand you so much better now. Do you, though? You'll understand me even better in the foreseeable future. Now we can discuss the Kronos. I assure you I will make it easy for you to approve me with a clear conscience. How would you receive this post? Tell me the situation. I want to talk about something specific. Well, let's at least go through all the topics, as we usually do. How did you receive this post? My family is one of Haven's oldest and most influential. We are dedicated to our empire, and we do all we can to increase its power. Well, you're doing a terrible job right now because you're actively angering a vassal and provoking conflict only for extra wealth, which is really, which obviously you, being from a noble family, don't need. And Haven, whatever extra wealth Haven is gaining from this one little province in a, as has been repeatedly stated, unimportant little vassal, that couldn't possibly be worth the, potentially provoking war and all the money that will eventually cost. So, it just doesn't make any sense. Our children are brought up to serve Haven. We receive the finest education and the finest breeding, and we learn the secrets of leadership from an early age. Fine education. Our symbol is a scroll, is it not? We learn history, politics, geography, magic when we have aptitude. I do not, alas. Before I came here, I knew everything about the row it was possible to know without actually being here. Fine breeding. She raises a chalice of wine and sips delicately from it. Haven is not just business and power. It is an ideal. Art, culture, sophistication, taking the best of every part of the world and carrying it to all the others as a gift. You have surely noted that my hall here is very expensive. It is not luxury. It gives the Rokaj an ideal to aspire to. Alas, these woodfolk are not as receptive as the gentle coast. Yeah. In other words, it's just not working, so it really comes down to just being luxury. Anyway, efficient leadership. Yes, it is difficult and expensive for Haven to protect the Rokaj. Our partnership has to bring benefits to all. Haven needs to get something out of it. The people of the Kronos, brave and strong as they are, just don't get this. They're so... I don't know. So barbaric. So when necessary, our guards must encourage them. What benefits do you bring to Haven? The Kronos Woods contains valuable resources. The iron is very, very good. Their groves provide herbs, sap, and amber that are very useful in alchemy and are woefully undergathered. There is a lot of money here, and I'm the first governor in a century to realize it. I'm bringing great wealth to a lot of people, including your family. Right. Again, not that our family, my family, not that the wealth she provides us could be any significant amount, a significant percentage of the overall wealth of our family. Right? That's just... that just wouldn't make any sense. What do the Kronos Woods think of your encouragement? I admit things are tense sometimes. Foolish youths often look at our farms and our mines and our gatherers and see targets. Happily, our soldiers here are fully trained, equipped, and enthusiastic. Her guards nod. They are helping me to bring to the Kronos our message of sustainable exploitation. Yikes. These woods are full of treasures. They can't be allowed to just sit there. Yes, they could. They must be gathered. We are currently experimenting to find the correct rate so that we don't destroy the place. Experimenting, huh? Well, you've kind of failed in the past. Perhaps we have been overly enthusiastic. We are correcting our errors. Cool. Tell me the situation in the Kronos Woods. Of course, matters in the Rokaj are growing somewhat tense. They try to kill you, so this is not a surprise. Right now, the sacred groves of the Kranas are acting up. Their wild magic is acting against us. We are working to correct this. This has also caused some Kranas warriors to engage in illegal disruptions. The Rasa petitioned me to calm their groves. Yeah, I would be interested to hear how she is, supposedly trying to correct this. But okay. I doubt that she actually is. The Rasa petitioned me to calm their groves, yes. So I heard. A shocking breach of protocol, to be honest. I already assured Rasa Cam I would find a way to calm things. I'm so offended that he bothered you with his mess. Of course, you will handle the situation with great wisdom and efficiency. That's the plan. Well, maybe not great wisdom or efficiency, but I will handle it. How do you deal with disruptions? So many of our vessels have problems with roaming thugs and minor rebellions. Have no worry. My soldiers have no problem reminding the Kranas who is the powerful party here. Are you afraid of retribution? Yes, that is why the Queen sent you to calm things. She knows what is happening here. She wants our work to continue, but she also wants you to calm things a bit. We all have great faith in you. Let's talk about the state of Haven's forces here. Of course, our soldiers are fine warriors, true representatives of Haven. Some of our forts might be growing a little worn, but nothing that can't be easily repaired. You seem more interested in getting wealth than representing Haven. Well, I mean, she's trying to represent it, and I guess she is representing it, but all the parts that, only aggravate people more. I have no problem with how you're running things. I have no interest in matters here. Our vessels are always angry as long as they're not rebelling. I'm not concerned. These are the options, huh? Well, I guess then it has to be this one. Now Yvette is annoyed. Oh, that's good. I can do both. Lots of people are getting rich here. We pay plenty to the crown. My family's support to your mother is even more important. My family's support to your mother. You are in no position to judge me. That's not true. I'm literally here to judge you. That is my job description. When you decide whether to replace me, bear that in mind. Okay. I want to talk about something specific. I mean, I feel like I'm done here, but, well, we'll see. I'm here to help you learn about the Kranas Woods. It is a strange place, and I know it very well. Some things you learn will be alien or shocking, but, well, that is the Rokaj. Yeah, I've certainly met some alien and strange things here in this very hall. Alien and shocking, rather. I suppose not really surprising, though. I have some ideas for how to improve your rule. I'm interested to see what the game's gonna offer here. It seems routine to hand out bribes out here, yes. The Russ's petition for me is not a small task. Interesting. Let's talk about the bribe first, I guess. Yvette laughs. It is easy to grow naive in the capital. Every vessel runs on bribes. The rule of law looks good on paper, but it is slow and awkward and very inefficient. Bribes lubricate our nation. They make things happen. Feel how you choose. It will never change. Well, maybe, but I can always try. I have some ideas for how to improve your rule, I guess. Let's see. Yvette sighs. Of course you do. You may give me all your notes before you disappear and forget about us for 10 years. It doesn't matter and isn't necessary. I do my job, and that is all that matters. Wow. It might help me allow you to remain governor? Well, let's not even say that. Obviously, it's not going to happen. And what do you think your job is? My job is to keep the Kranas peaceful and send Haven taxes. Well, okay, you're doing the second part, I guess. But the first part? Absolutely not. You're doing the opposite. The Kranas is peaceful. Taxes are paid. If you have any ideas about what I can change to aid efficiency or improve the road to suit your tastes, do with them whatever you want. Okay, well. I mean, there's literally... with Otto, I guess I could have... I was on the fence, at least for a while. I could have convinced myself that, maybe he could be allowed to keep doing things the way he has been doing them. But with her, I mean, it's literally impossible to think that she's doing an okay job, right? I mean, she's just completely impossible. I mean, I'm just baffled, I suppose, by how I know. How blatant it is. Well, again, I mean, I guess I can't really complain about the game making my task easy for me. But, yeah, it's just... I wish there was at least a little bit of ambiguity here. You know, any kind of redeeming qualities, any kind of... Yeah. Well, I don't know. But there isn't, so... Well, obviously, replacement it is. Even if the game is gonna object and, you know, whatever. Council Evelyn. The lower level of Haven's Hall is opulent and expensive, and the upper floor is more of the same. Okay, I was expecting it to be a contrast, because only the bottom floor is ever going to be seen by visitors, but nope. A lone soldier is sitting and working at the table here. Maps and ledgers are piled on the table in front of him. His arms and armor are piled on the floor by his feet. He is a young man, serious and efficient. When he sees who you are, he leaps to his feet. A Prince of Haven! I'm Abelin, consul to the governor. It is very, very good to see you here. He bows to you. It is a long bow. Awkwardly so. He doesn't straighten up. Bow back? I guess that's probably not according to protocol. Alright, stand up, dude. It's fine. Council Eberron rises. Of course, I'm sorry. I have been isolated out here waiting for support. The situation here is very difficult. I've been trying to get someone to pay attention, but I'm sorry. I must be polite. Easy to forget. Please sit and have some tea. Okay, thanks. What is a council? Sure. I'm the assistant to Governor Yvette. All governors are supposed to have one. It's a big job, being governor, that is. Where are you from? I'm a Havenite. I was born and raised in Diandia, the vessel to the east. Born to Haven merchants in that land. I grew up foreign, but I'm as loyal to the Empire as any. And what do you do for Yvette? Governors get councils to support them and give them advice. Of course, Yvette doesn't want my advice, and she doesn't trust me with anything important. So I stay up here and record what is happening. I mean, I suppose that's gonna be important for after she's been kicked out rightfully, and, you know, whoever is gonna be her successor is gonna have to try to clean up her mess and, you know, figure out what all she's been doing wrong. How did you get this position? Since I grew up in the next vessel over, when I joined the army, it was natural to send me back here. My superiors thought I had sense, so they sent me to Yvette. Her hall here is pretty isolated, and they wanted her to have help. What did Yvette think of that? She was not pleased. She had picked members of her family to be here with her. Haven wanted to have someone independent watching her. I was sent. I gave my advice. She stuck me up here soon after that. He laughs. She probably doesn't remember that I'm here. Oh. She could have done something worse than just stick you up here, I suppose, so be glad. What is the status of our province here? Council Abelin is silent for a long moment. You give him time to sort through whatever is happening in his head. Finally, he says, Prince, I need your permission to speak frankly. Haven's affairs have been handled very badly here. However, I don't want to speak badly of a superior. Oh, please do. I was actually planning to spend a little time here, as little time as possible. No, I don't need more complications. I give you permission to tell me the truth. There we go. No matter how difficult. Oh, new quest, Council Evelyn. Interesting. That is very kind, but I know the punishment for speaking truth. Still, I will tell you the truth about Governor Yvette. Then I will face the consequences. You won't have to take my word for it. Wander around and learn more about what has been happening. Then talk to me. I can say so much. Okay, I mean, what more could I possibly do? I've already talked to her. How Haven's Fort's doing? Tell me the truth now. So you don't like Governor Yvette. What should I do? Tell me the truth about Governor Yvette. Just get that out of the way. She's corrupt. I want to say she is incompetent, but she is very skilled at what she wants to do. Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting as well. Enriching herself and her family. Meanwhile, our colony here grows more unstable by the day. She takes bribes and infuriates the locals. If nothing is done, violence will result. Yes? Don't all of our governors take the occasional bribe? I mean, possibly? I don't know that for sure. I mean, Otto probably does, honestly. I might even know that for sure, but yeah, this is a little bit worse, I guess. I can't say. I'm young. I haven't served many. However, Yvette has sold too much of the Crown's woods to outsiders. It angers the forest, and it angers the people. The row will lash out soon if things aren't calmed. What sort of disaster awaits? I know it sounds strange, but this whole forest is magical. It thinks, in a way. It looks after its people. It's not strong, though. It can be killed if too many settlers come and chop down too much. If that happens, the people of the Crown will go mad. Yes. Right. Okay. So nothing new there. How are Haven's forts doing? I guess just randomly changing the subject here. You should see Fort Grove too, if you haven't already. We get supplies and money to maintain ourselves. Much of the money vanishes. Large portions of the supplies are sold. The fort decays. Where's all the money go? Governor Yvette collects it. It enters her halls. I don't know where it goes, and she gets very angry when I ask for some to purchase weapons and such. He laughs. I wouldn't be surprised if she offers you a bag of it. I see, she already did. I should have taken it and just to take away from her what is not rightfully hers, even though it's maybe not rightfully mine either. I mean, that would have been basically my reasoning for taking it in the first place, but yeah, well, too late now, of course. It certainly doesn't buy anything. It certainly doesn't buy anything that would defend us here. Do we really need strong forts here? Well, with how Yvette is handling things, yes, obviously. This is Sarokaj, and the people are very angry. They won't allow it. They won't allow it. They won't show it. Deep truth and all that. They'll be nice and smiley and friendly right until they stick the knife in. You really think that they are that angry? Yvette sold land to intruders from the Gentle Coast, and now the forest is making monsters to attack them. Yes, the Crowness is very angry. So, you don't like Governor Yvette. Understandably. What should I do? I'm sorry, Prince, but I don't know. I'm not nobility. I'm only a plain soldier, but I see what is happening. It is not good to have her here. And if the Queen doesn't want Yvette replaced... Why am I talking to this guy? I mean, we are obviously on the same page, but it's very clear that, he is in no position to, well... Even if he was more experienced than he is, which he isn't, which he is not, he's in no position to give me advice, even if I ask him nicely, right? It's just, Well, anyway. And if the Queen doesn't want Yvette replaced, I would never question the Queen. I know you came here to get information, so I gave it. Yes, well, fair enough. I would need to select someone to replace Yvette. That makes things even more difficult. There are no good candidates. Almost everyone here but me was selected by her, chosen from her family and her allies. I wish I could be more helpful. All I can do is say what has been happening and trust in the wisdom of the Crown. I mean, okay. I guess selecting him as a replacement isn't going to be an option. I mean, he seems to mean well. Obviously, yeah, he's, he sees things for how they really are, but I guess he's just too young and inexperienced to be put in this post. I'm just surprised that he didn't actually bring anyone up, because it doesn't seem like the local Rasa is going to be offering himself here like Lawita did. Although I guess now that I've actually talked to Yvette and to Evelyn, when I return to the Rasa, he might have more to say on the subject of the governor. Okay. Actually, what is the quest, though? Some Evelyn. Explore Crown's woods and learn what Governor Yvette has been doing. Then return to him and Sylvan to learn more. Okay. I see. I'm guessing that quest is not marked anywhere. Yeah. Too vague of an objective, I suppose. Learn what she's been doing. Well, if there is anything more to learn. But apparently the game seems to think so. The workings of the row. We have definitely read about this before. Yeah. Okay. So I guess if we had actually learned whatever is necessary to fulfill this quest, there would be more options here. Okay, fair enough. Let's see, 54 minutes, holy crap. Let's just wait. Go right here. Discuss petition. We cannot directly discuss the governor. So I'm guessing that no new dialogue options have become available by now, just from talking to her. Okay, so let's just finish talking to everyone in town here in these last two important buildings. Starting with Healer Daula. Sacramentum has a large and busy sick house. All of the ill and wounded for many miles around are brought here. Despite the illness and the decay, this place is kept clean, scrubbed, and fresh smelling. I mean, especially, exactly because of illness and decay, that those kinds of things, are necessities in any sort of hospital or sick house, I suppose, which is a much less nice sounding name, but same thing, I guess. The head healer is slightly confused about why you are here. She rushes over and gives you a hasty greeting. We did not expect the Haven envoy to come to our humble tower. I'm sorry, we are not prepared. I'm Healer Daula. Welcome. You're a healer. Period. I have humble skills in the art. I'm not a druid or a wizard. We don't heal with incantations. We use medicine, bandages, skill, patience, and the gifts of the wood. You don't use magic? Madness. Healing magic is very powerful when used on recent wounds to an otherwise healthy body. For deeper illnesses, magic does no good. This is true. Were it otherwise, your mother would not be trapped in her bed, and nobody would ever die. Well, okay, I mean, not being sick and never dying are, maybe two extremes, but sure. You said gifts of the wood? Even when our forest is lashing out, like now, it still loves us. It provides all the herbs we could want to heal our sicknesses and ease our pain until we come to the end. I have magic, can I help you? She looks around and actually gives it serious thought. Then she says, thank you, but no. Why can't I help? We have nobody here who have the sorts of injuries magic would ease. If there were, we would have already asked Druid Miriamat for aid. He is pretty tireless for an old man. His grove is in the opposite corner of the town. Then she pauses. Actually, I know this is unwise. I should note. But yes, there is a way you can help. Perhaps we can discuss it at some point. Well, how about right now? You said that there is a way I can help. We don't treat blade wounds usually, but we do treat disease. There is a source of sickness near us. It needs to be purified, but none of the Kranas will go there. It is Mistglen. Tell me about Mistglen. It is to the west. Once it was a sacred grove, a beautiful place, where the fog would envelop you and... Never mind. It was corrupted and sacked. It is a dark place now. This started after outsiders attempted to settle it. Now it infects all who come close. It needs to be purged. How was the glen lost? There were rich iron veins near it. We of the Kranas were wise enough to leave them alone. Governor Yvette took the opportunity to exploit them. Then the grove died. Who went to settle it? Outsiders from the gentle coast. They thought it was beautiful and rich land. They weren't wise enough to stay away. Their presence angers the land. I may need a reward. No, we're gonna get one no matter what. How can I cure the glen? Something there is creating foul vapors and spraying them into the air. Maybe it is too large to destroy. If not, that is what to look for. Okay. So townspeople, let's not approach them. Keep your distance. Wear face masks and all that. Trader Shory. Not surprisingly, Sacramentum has a successful trading post. Travelers from the clans are constantly coming in from the deep woods to trade gossip and get supplies. The merchant behind the counter is definitely from the Kranas. He has the look and the garb, although this one is wealthier and better fed than most you see. Welcome, Haven. I'm honored to serve you in my humble shop. I'm Trader Shore. If you want to trade, I have goods for all needs. I'd like to know more about the Kranas Woods. Just in case there's a quest hiding somewhere. Shore laughs. I spend too much time in town to know much. I'm a humble merchant. I don't discuss great matters of state. My clan is only interested in peace and helping all the other clans. Sure. Who should I talk to? I know that Arasa wants to give you the honor of an audience. That is who a mighty prince should talk to. What does your clan do? We are traders and miners. We live in the settled, quiet forest. The deep groves are not for us, I'm afraid. We hope the Askama mines, a prosperous stretch of hill. You note a cunning glint in his eye, but only for a moment. Alas, we have been having serious problems. You are having problems. Tell me more. I love to hear about people's problems. As you may know, the groves are active. They are angry. They're punishing us for wrong deeds done. My clan is blameless, but we are still afflicted. We have lost the ability to work the Escama mines. Slimes afflict us. We have offered a valuable bounty to any who can help us. No takers yet. And where are the Escama mines? Take the road south from Sillin and watch for signs. I thought for slimes. Okay. What do the slimes do? Oh, you know, slime things. Sliming people up and, yeah. They ooze out of the earth. Anytime you stand on bare dirt, there's a chance that a puddle of hissing burning goo will appear under your feet. Makes it hard to keep useful workers. Or shoes. Why do you think the slimes appeared? The anger of the groves. I can think of no other reason. If you travel there, you could learn more. If you could help us, I would make sure that quality iron is sent to your forts. Awesome, like to hear it. I wonder though, I mean, we haven't heard anything about slimes, and they sound less natural than, you know, spirits and angry trees. So I wonder if there's maybe something else going on there that's creating those slimes. Well, we're gonna find out. What sorts of goods do you sell? Oh, just shows us outright. Battle healer, battle medic. Ah, okay. I mean, that's obviously a skill that exists, that we can train. Pretty sure that's the one that, you know, that passive... No, wait, battle medic? Oh, no, yeah, okay, it is a trainable skill, but not the one I was thinking of. That is just the one that gives you a chance to not use action points when you cast a healing spell, right? I was thinking of the Kranas passive. Kranas cultural passive. No, that's something else. Yeah. Anyway, this is interesting. It definitely is interesting. I think I'm actually going to buy one of these for our healer, even though it's, you know, mildly expensive. Okay, a bronze neck piece with a single slot in it. That's not going to make up for the passive bonuses on the Shaman's Fetish. Or obviously all the slots and effects of this thing. I guess I could buy this for Chip, but I mean, we're gonna find something better than this soon enough, right? I mean, really, almost anything would be better than this. So, yeah, thanks but no thanks. I mean, right now, I could buy this. It's not super expensive. I could socket something into it that's maybe a little bit more useful than just some extra physical armor. I mean, how is he looking hit chance-wise? Actually, he has this. Never mind. I suppose there's... Oh, also, hit chance is a weapon rune, so never mind. That wouldn't even work in the first place. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I would give him. I mean, maybe more bleeding and poison resistance, maybe some curse resistance, which he doesn't actually have yet. So yeah, sure, but again, we're gonna find some sort of neck piece that has at least one slot plus some kind of additional effect, and then I can always do that. Kranas bow is exactly as powerful as... Oh, we are actually using a Kranas bow, so never mind. Not as good as the longbow, right? Obviously not as good as the Kranas longbow. Ember pole shard, two-handed weapon, not interesting to us, of course. And Bracken leather, yeah. Okay, but thanks for the rune. That's an interesting one. I want to sell something? Do I? Don't think I do. Yeah, that's fine. That's all. Thanks for the quest. Hello, citizens. That is locked. All right. Maybe he's gonna unlock that for us after we help him. That would make sense. Would seem appropriate. Have we been in here? I think I might have actually entered these buildings. Maybe not. Who knows? Just for the sake of completeness. Yeah, no, I must have been in here. Okay. Right, we have obviously talked to that person. Had him sing a little song for us. Alright, awesome. Well, with that we have finished, you know, conversations around here. Picked up the local quests, and I guess we're ready to head wherever we want at this point. Maybe start with the mines. Right, this is also... I was wondering, I had forgotten what this was called, but yeah. So we had the secondary objective to find someone, I think, to talk about that harvester, or collect the plants, the blueprints or whatever. But now we have the main objective for that place too, which is good. Yeah. Right. And I said that I wanted to maybe try to get my hands on one iron and one quicksilver producing place as quickly as possible, right? So maybe I'm actually gonna just head over to Walkwood Mines first for some iron, and then rather than continue tackling quests here like I did in the Daga, I might head up to Jajayim next. Actually, technically I don't need to. We could just head over to the Spiral Mine, which we already have a quest for. Because obviously Jajayim is going to be another major thing. Yeah, maybe I'm going to do that, actually. Just head over to Spiral Mine after Walkwood Mines, just to conquer that place, you know, to claim that place and get that additional resource income so I can buy a little bit more. Like, I think we're still missing some apothecaries, actually a lot of apothecaries in most of our forts, and, you know, some of those secondary buildings, distilleries, and whatnot for shop price reduction. So, yeah. And then I'm going to focus on the rest of the lower Kranas Woods before heading over to Jajayim and, you know, dealing with the governor and Rasa there. Who are going to be troublesome in their own right, for sure, in some way or another. That's just how things are. Yeah, okay, so that's the plan for the time being. Obviously, you never know how things are actually going to go, but, well, we'll see. Next time, the place I already forgot, Walkwood Mines, yes, sounds good. That's where we're going to head next. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.